Just because you're an addict doesn't mean that your life is over. I am artist John Charles, and we are here today. Today is the launch of my own art gallery. So we are here to have a little first peek of all the works that are available and are going to be on display for the foreseeable future. So a lot of people always ask me how I got into art. Now, I was always a lover of art when I was in school, primary school, everything was, I just loved drawing. I had a primary school teacher in the last year, her name is Mrs. Willis. She made school absolutely fun. She made art amazing. She gave me the passion for it even more, and that's stayed with me ever since. Went to senior school, art was still my number one. That was the one thing that I really wanted to focus on. And I done okay. I got an A for my art in GCSEs. The day that I left, the next day I started working behind bars, and I ended up getting into drinking. Within the space of a year, I was drinking heavily, and then drugs came into the equation as well. And the drug of choice at the time was cocaine. So for me, the next 12 years, it's not a blur, but nothing much really happened. Alcohol and drugs took over. It got a grip of me. Before I knew it, it was just spiraling out of control. And it wasn't until I think around about like the age of 25, 26, I started trying to dabble into getting into recovery, I knew these major issues. It was causing horrific issues with problems with my family life. So I tried to get into recovery. I was in and out. Anyway, around the age of 27, I had to have an operation on my nose due to the drugs. And I went to hospital, had my operation, and I was housebound for 4 weeks after that. During the time when I was housebound, it was my wife's dad actually came to me with some canvas and paints and just said, why don't you have a little go painting while you're not doing anything? He knew that I loved art, but I hadn't touched a paintbrush, I hadn't done anything since I left school. Now, I just started painting. At the age of 27, I'd done a couple of Disney paintings, and I put one on Facebook, and somebody messaged me and said, can I buy it? And I was like, yeah. How much do you want to pay for it? And they paid £30 for it. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. This is at the same time, so I'd had the operation and I'd finally decided that recovery was the path for me. I went to Alcoholics Anonymous and Cocaine Anonymous, and I'd done a 12-step program. So as I'm starting my program, the art came into the equation. Art become my new therapy, it become my new recovery alongside Alcoholics Anonymous and Cocaine Anonymous. And that's when the art journey began, from the age of 27. I'm now 13 years clean and sober. It's all tied in with my artwork. That's where it all began. When it comes to my subject matters that I want to paint, I like to paint whatever I want to paint. Yeah. I don't pigeonhole myself in just like, I won't just do portraits, I won't just do animal paintings, I won't do landscape, I'll do everything. Whatever I want to paint, I paint. And I think that's reflected in this collection. There's a little bit for everybody, but within each piece is my signature style. Like you look at any single one of them in whatever, I hate the word genre, but whatever, you know, and you'll know that that's my work straight away. But within every single piece, you know, there's a lot of happy paintings about, like this one behind me of the chief. There's nothing in that that's relating to drink or drugs, but it's got everything of me in it. So really speaking, it has got a little bit of that in there as well. Every painting I do has got me in it, otherwise I won't paint it. It's like, and by me, I mean like the passion that I've got for art and my recovery as well. The drink and the drugs background was a dark, dark time. And I'm not saying that life has been perfect ever since after that, because you know, setting up this gallery for the last 7 months, there's been some absolutely dark moments in there, like you're just like, what's going on? But there's always, I don't turn to drink or drugs when times get hard anymore. And that's the kind of message that I want to pass on to other people, is that, you know, just because you're an addict doesn't mean that your life is over. Life can change dramatically. And if you asked anybody at the end of my drug taking, would I have my own art gallery now, or would I even have a job, would I be painting? They just said no. People thought it was a write-off, and I got out of it. because I got the help and the recovery that I needed, and I committed to it. And now I just kind of want to pass the message on to everybody else that like life can be exciting outside of drinking drugs. Yeah, that's as much as I can say on that, I think. If 200 people walk past you, the chances are one of them is going to be suffering, and maybe that one person might look at me painting and think, I just get that moment of peace. So that's what I like the thought of, is that my art can do that. Having that here in Southport, I think it's important, especially with everything that's going on. We've had messages off other local businesses who are excited for this. In the future, we're hoping to try and reach out to some schools in Southport. I think there's a college nearby where we can have like the kids can come in and have like a little afternoon in here looking at the artwork or whatever. Maybe we could do something in the studio with them. Just try to, we want to be involved with the community as much as we can as well. I think that's really important for us.
Yeah, it must be really comforting to know that you're kind of doing for other people what your teacher did for you back then. That must feel like a full circle moment.
It was, do you know what? So she came here, she lives in Jersey, but she came over to see the gallery without any of the paintings up because it was still a bit of a shell. But she came and she got to see outside, and these paintings that are up on the walls now, they were just rolled up on in a kind of roller canvas, so I got to show her some of the paintings, and it was gorgeous because like my primary school, I was 10, I'm 41 now, and I don't look it, but it's like you're talking 31 years and she's still, we still connect all the time. She made the effort to come over, see the gallery, and I was like, I said to her, like, this wouldn't happen if it weren't for you. I was like, this would not, like, school wouldn't have been what it was for me if it weren't for her. So that, it's full circle. And for the launch tonight, I've actually got one of my senior school teachers coming as well. Me and him reconnected just before Christmas. He's an absolutely amazing man. He has made an impact in my life as well. To this day, I still remember things that he said to me, things that he done in school. So I have my primary school teacher and I've got a senior school teacher coming as well.
Just finally, in terms of opening the gallery, like you said, it's taken 7 months to do. How does it feel now that it's about to open?
Do you know what? Don't want to start getting emotional on the camera here, but it's today when I walked in, I was like, oh, I've done it. I've been a wreck for weeks and months trying to get things done, and you know, we haven't had like handouts off people. We haven't had everything we've done it ourselves. Obviously we've had to employ joiners and stuff for certain jobs, but we've done this together as a family, me, my wife and my daughter. We've had nobody else really helping us. We've just cracked on and we've done everything. It's completely new for us. We've never owned our own business before. It's terrifying. It wasn't easy. And there were still things getting done today before you got here, but it feels incredible. And I done a bit of a post yesterday where it was like, because people are saying, are you nervous, are you scared, are you excited? And I'm like, do you know what? I'm just happy now. Like these, when you go on about, there's only two things you control in life, and one's your actions and one's your reactions. And I feel like my actions building up to this have been as true as they can be for me. Now I just get to sit back and watch people's faces when they come in, and you know, people will love it or they'll hate it, but regardless of any of that, like, it's probably, apart from my daughter being born, it's my proudest achievement ever.